I came into drama at a time of unprecedented growth and development here in the province of Ontario. And my drama journey began with the work of Winifred Ward in story drama. And from there, I learned oral interpretation skills from Bill Moore, who was supervisor of oral English at the Hamilton Board of Education at the time. A big breakthrough for me came with the work of Brian Way, because here I learned how to deal with group dynamics, how to teach drama to 30 or 40 people all at once and use various groupings. But the inventiveness and playfulness of James Rainey um, really resounded powerfully with me. And it was through workshops with Rainey that I became interested in exploring folk material, folk games, singing games, and storytelling. And then, of course, the wonderful Dorothy Heathcote would appear on the scene, and we would learn how to create stories with our students from the inside out and the outside in. But while I was learning all of this wonderful process work, the school that I was working in demanded product. I was in a senior elementary school. We had over 600 students, grades 6, 7, and 8. I taught 6 periods a day, 5 days a week. There were no periods for prep time. And the school demanded that every student have the opportunity to appear on stage at some point during the school year. So that meant that there were two assemblies every month. There would be a morning cast for the morning Rotary, an afternoon cast for the afternoon Rotary. We would have to rehearse 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the morning, 12:30 to 1:30 over the noon hour, 4 o'clock to 5 after school, at least 4 days a week. And another issue, of course, was that there were no scripts for 40 students. Um, there were not enough scripts even for 6 students. So we had to invent everything ourselves. And we leaned heavily on Shakespeare, Chaucer, Dickens to create the material. Well, for example, with a play like Macbeth, you could take 5 key scenes, have 5 little casts, and then there would be lots of crowd activity in between. So that would use up the group. And we also learned to blow the action off the stage, take it into the audience. We used the aisles, we surrounded the audience. We did everything we could to make it exciting for the students. And we pulled it off, but it was backbreaking work. It was the stuff of burnout. Another issue with that was the fact that the principal always critiqued the performance at the end. And I felt it was terribly unfair that my work had to be examined in front of my peers and in front of the student body. We did all right, but it was tough. And in some ways, that created attitude problems in the staff, because the students were beginning to enjoy coming to drama class. They enjoyed what we were doing in the assemblies. And so I would hear remarks such as, well, of course, they just go to drama for fun. They're not learning anything. Not everybody was a detractor, but it was there. Eventually, I transferred to the secondary panel at a time when Ontario was experimenting with the first pilot courses in drama. At that time, the grade 12 pilot was at Sir John A. Macdonald Secondary in Kingston, led by Margaret Shortliff. Bob Beattie piloted the grade 11 at Oakwood Collegiate in Toronto, and I piloted the grade 9 and 10 courses at Central Secondary and Scott Park Secondary in Hamilton. But one amusing incident. On my very first day as a secondary school teacher, I looked at my timetable and I couldn't figure out why there were all these gaps. So I went down to the vice principal's office, he who had created the timetable, and said, "Sir, there's a problem with my timetable." Well, he bristled. leaned forward and said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I'm missing classes." He said, "You fool. Those are your prep periods. Now get out of here." I thought I'd died and gone to heaven.